Okay, go for it.
So I'm Gabe Dimeglio. I'm with rPath. Some of you don't know really a lot about what rPath does, or maybe our history. I'll just hit that real quick. I don't want to take a lot of your time, but basically, the founders of rPath actually have invented a lot of interesting technologies along the way. They actually invented RPM, and that was really kind of the foundation of where rPath came from, was packaging and what else can we evolve from that whole process. So what we actually have kind of adopted into is this idea of IT as basically we follow the DevOps principle, if you will. We found that within DevOps we have this horrible gap that is just killing most of our IT operations environments. So what we decided to do is, okay, how do we fill this gap? And the whole concept that we use is kind of the evolution of this existing, or this early business model that rPath had derived. rPath was originally really a ISV partner, vendor, if you will. But we've decided and found a really nice way to move out into the enterprise market and not just deliver to ISVs. And this was basically customer demand. To this day, everything that rPath does is really customer focused and as platform agnostic as possible. As a result, we do want to always play well with others. But let me give you an idea. And this is just something that these guys threw together about how essentially everyone looks at IT now in a different light, basically because if you think about it, a lot of people are starting to go to this whole notion of how come it takes you months and months to deploy these systems for us to use when I can go to Amazon and I can do it in 5 minutes, right? It's done. So that was kind of the pressure, if you will, in the industry that led to our product. Percentages of workloads running in the cloud kind of speaks for itself. Obviously, with DevOps, what we're actually trying to do is we're looking at the whole IT picture, not just development, it's development operations, etc. How can we provide IT as a service infrastructure? How can we be a platform provider, if you will? So what I wanted to talk to you about was basically where we fit into that picture. Self-service, automation, elasticity. So where you're going to see this come up is that rPath just did we actually started a new alliance, if you will, called NRE Cloud. And essentially what this does is this brings all of these pieces together to provide IT as a service platform. So within this platform, we stay in the automation side. Now, where this is pretty cool is, again, we're as open and platform agnostic as possible. The idea being that anyone from the self-service perspective, workflow, processes, our APIs are open. So we can tie in and talk to you, you can talk to us. Same thing when it comes to deployment and elasticity. So in this current relationship, we're actually working with Eucalyptus, but we can talk to any number of systems, obviously. Let's see, we all know about Agile Ops, self-service IT, private hybrid cloud. So these are the main entry points into IT as a service. Again, rPath is all about automation. From a private hybrid cloud perspective, right now we do deploy to pretty much we deploy to cloud-based technology, EC2, obviously you look at this stuff. But we're also doing VMware, physical, you name it.
1 minute.
Question?
1 minute.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get on with this then. It is lightning, right? So our basic idea is to follow manufacturing principles and models, where you bring in raw materials, create a blueprint, and you, at the end of it, pump out a finished good product. So this is essentially what rPath does. We take the operating system, custom code, your applications, your middleware, we take it, we disassemble all that, we deeply analyze all the dependencies of the product, and we create a manifest or a blueprint of that product. With that manifest, we can then go ahead and deploy. Now keep in mind, through this whole process, we take all the benefits of versioning control, which is pretty substantial. That gives us the ability to really go back and audit everything richly. and to guarantee a consistent IT delivery experience. Again, through version control, so we do actually follow these basic principles. Bring everything in. This would be the rPath service repository. And we basically have our multiple environments, work environments. All the work is going to be done in a development environment. We actually then would promote the test and production. Go ahead and just bring all these out so you can just go ahead and see what we do exactly. So rPath, basically the whole point is, again, apps middleware operating system, we bring it in, we create these manifests, and the whole point is let's deploy this out to any possible infrastructure that you need. Now, right now, again, as customers need it, we will deploy out and build clients to any existing infrastructure. So if you had a cloud preference that you want to provide or you want to deploy to, we'll build that product for you. We're a very customer-driven platform. This is also in our vCloud. So this is kind of where we sit within the IT as a service stack. We basically handle what we think of as the foundation, which is automation. If you can get this piece down, then the rest is fairly flexible. And again, we play with everyone and try to remain as platform agnostic as possible. That's kind of our mission. So today we actually announced that in addition to all of the Linux systems that we've been deploying and working with, we're also doing Windows support now. And we're also not really announcing this, so to speak, but we are doing config as well. But our version of config is not to compete with the chefs and puppets of the world. They do a fantastic job. What we want to do is orchestrate and work with them. Again, open APIs, we're trying to keep everything as platform agnostic as possible. So are there any quick questions? We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for your time, appreciate it.
Great, thank you, Gabe. All right.